What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Blood on the Razor Wire TV, where we bring it to you real and we bring it to you raw. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share the video, and make sure you leave a comment. You know, some people have hit me up on the email, asked if I am the person that narrates the book. If they purchase the audio version, I am the person who narrates my own book. Also, if you want, and I've been saying this the last couple of videos, and we'll stop soon, but, you know, we got them hot off the press. Blood on the Razor Wire autographed copy with a personal message. You can hit us up on that email, freedomfighterspc@gmail.com. Also, hopefully got a big interview that all of you probably want. And I'm not going to say who it is. Hopefully it's going to work out tonight. It'll materialize, and hopefully we'll be able to get it out for you on a Saturday night. It's a dude you all want to hear from. And I'm shocked that I was able to connect with this individual. But hopefully we'll be able to put that out. UFC fighter next week should be on the show. So stay tuned. We got some good things coming up. And, you know, there's been people that have wrote me emails, and some of the guys I think are like, don't want to say, but they're on their way to federal prison. You know, white dude like, hey, look, man, if I go to federal prison, if I end up in this place, do I have to get in a gang? Can I just do my own thing? So we're going to answer all them questions, man. And I'm going to tell it to you from a white convict's perspective. But we'll also talk about other gangs, other groups. Do you have to be in a gang? So we'll start at the USP. You come to a USP, a United States Penitentiary. You're coming in, and as soon as you get there, you know, and I talk about this in my book, you're approached immediately. Dudes want to know who you are, where you're from, and we can even say, let's say you're a black dude from LA. You're a black dude from LA, you only did a couple stints in LA County Jail, you never been to federal prison, but you're in the big leagues now. Got a 20-year sentence, they send you over to Big Sandy, you're from LA, you come in immediately. People are going to approach you. Yo, what's up, man? Where you from? That's the first question you really get in federal prison. Where are you from? Who do you run with? Oh, I'm from LA, man. I'm a blood, man. And dude's like, oh, hold up. You know, there's always a shot caller. People are like, oh, I ain't got no shot caller. Yeah, well, back then you did. So they'll call over the dude, man. They know him. Hey, he's well respected. This is the dude that's got the blood card for the unit. Yo, your homeboy. Oh, shit. All right, hold up. Yo, what's up, man? Oh, where you from? Oh, LA. And that conversation starts again. Who, you know, oh, your blood? All right. How much time you got? Okay. And then they give you the breakdown. Yo, you got to get that paperwork. You know, don't worry, don't trip. We got a knife for you, man. What you need? Oh, we got some soap. We got deodorant. We got shampoo. Don't trip. I got you. Yo, wear your sneakers to the shower. But immediately your people embrace you. If you're Hispanic, and we'll get into the white boy shit in a minute. But if you're Hispanic, let's say you come to Big Sandy and you're a Mexican, right? And there was a beef over there with the Southsiders when I was there, and the Paisas. They ended up having a beef. So as soon as you get there, usually the Mexican gangs, they're going to pull you up immediately. Yo, what's up, man? Where you from? Oh, okay. And you're like, yo, I'm a Southsider. Or, yo, if you go to a prison where there's Paisas, and I've seen this done, the Paisas take you in a cell immediately. Take off all your clothes. We want to see your tattoos. Are you a Paisa? Because you back in the day, you'd get dudes that come in that were their enemies, and they're like, nah, I'm Paisa. It might be a TS. And then they waiting 3-4 hours, and then they attack you, you know, when your guard's down. So, you know, a lot of the Paisas and Hispanic gangs, they'll take you in a cell. We want to see your tattoos. We want to see who you really run with. Oh, okay, you're one of ours. And then they embrace you. You know, and the white dudes, as soon as you come in, the white dudes, same thing. Where you from? Who do you run with? A lot of times white dudes ask you, who do you run with? Because there are white dudes that run in black cars in different prisons. So immediately, that's what they approach me on. Yo, who you run with? Yo, you know, we got this white dude over here. He's from New York. He's with and you're like, nah, man, I'm white, man. I'm running with the whites. And, you know, it is racially segregated. Not on no racial shit, but this is what it is. This is the reality of federal prison, at least a maximum security prison. And, you know, as far as getting in a car, a gang, Chad, tell us about a car. So a car really is, you know, a lot of people might get mad. A car is a gang. You know, we're going to call it what it is. It's real and it's wrong. A car is a gang. It's a group of dudes where you're from or who you associate with. And they're like, yo, we got this thing. And those of you that read the book, you understand. You get there, Adam, Dennis, Stevie Burke. They're like, yo, this is our car. We're from the East Coast. You're from the East Coast. You're riding with us, right? It's not a question, really. I mean, it's phrased that way. But really what they should be saying is, hey, you're running with us or we're going to kick the shit out of you. So you are joining this car. Now, let's say you're a white dude and you come in and you're from New York. But you're a soldier of Aryan culture gang member, SAC gang member. And, I got a friend that I'm very close with who is from New York, did a federal prison sentence, went home, came back, and he's from Elmira. He was a SAC dude. So he comes in, let's say he comes into Big Sandy, and they're like, yo, you got an 055 guy coming, 055 number. They already know. They got your name on the list. He comes in, they're expecting this white dude, from New York. He's going to be running with us. He comes in with all kinds of, neo-Nazi tattoos on and all of this stuff, and SWP tattooed under his chin. And, people want to know what that stands for, Supreme White Power. He's got all these white power tattoos. They're like, oh, shit, he ain't one of our dudes. They're like, yo, man, who you run with? Well, I'm SAC. The SAC dudes come up immediately. Yo, what's up, homie? Hey, what's going on? All right, cool. And also, let me tell you this, because this is something that used to piss Stevie Burke off, right? White dudes come in and they're independents, which means they're not part of a gang. Okay. So a white independent comes in, he don't know shit. These gang members do want to recruit. Yo, what's up, man? Big ass honky coming in, big white boy. Yo, what's up, man? You're independent? Well, look, man, let me talk to you, man. Let me share this with you. And I had that kid Joe Stevens as soon as I got there. He had shared this, white literature with me that he wanted me to read, and this booklet and this pamphlet. And I'm like, yeah, all right, man. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers. And make no mistake, man, when you walk into a place like that, you are nervous. There is a part of you that's scared. You've heard the stories. You're like, damn, how the hell did I make it to a USP? Are you kidding me? They put me in there. I'm going to a USP. Big Sandy? Are you serious? Yeah, man, we're serious. This is where you're going. So, there's always dudes that want to recruit you, and Stevie Burke would get mad. He's the leader of the independents. He has this thing in his heart. He's formed this thing in his mind where he hates all white gang members, and they're the worst things on earth. They do all the wrong things and all the bad things to people. And I'm their savior. I'm all the guys that don't want to be involved in this. I'm their savior. I'm going to save them. They don't have to be in a white gang. But really you do. When you get there, they're like, yo, this is your car. We're your brothers. And, there was a point in time where I did walk away from the car. I didn't want to be a part of the car. And I'll never forget it. It's like his voice is in my mind. Stevie Burke would say, he's like, you going to turn your back on your brothers? We're your fucking brothers. You're going to turn your back on us? That's how it's going to go down? And he sounded like he had just sucked a balloon full of helium, right? And sometimes it's hard to take him serious. But I knew that, regardless of what people might say about Stevie Burke, he had control back then. He had a couple life sentences. Killing you was nothing. What could they possibly do to him? If he's already, kind of an old man at the time. He's got a life sentence. He's never getting out. He'll never see the street again. So why wouldn't he do something to you? So in my mind, when I was walking away, I'm like, and this is where it all comes back to you have to be a part of a gang, part of a group. In my mind, I'm thinking, damn, man, I wanted to walk away. And there was also a part of me like, damn, man, there's going to be some consequences, right? And in my young mind, I felt like I was real cool with this kid, Victor Lorenzano, and I hope that Vic will come on the show. And he was supposed to, and it didn't materialize, but Vic's serving 87 years in federal prison right now. In my mind, I'm thinking, damn, man, if I kick it with Vic and Lou, I'm going to be all right, right? And some people might say, well, now you're going to change. Now you're switching up. You're going from being in a white car to wanting to kick it with the New York dudes because you're from New York. So now you want to be in the New York car. And in my mind, I'm thinking, not necessarily that these cats are going to protect me, but me and Vic are close. So I might get a fair one. I might be able to, get out of here on, with the hands and, beat one of these dudes up and then I'm out of here, right? Or beat one of these dudes up and now they leave me alone. And if I was with Vic and Lou and all them, they would have probably had no choice. Would someone have tried me? Maybe. But that was the thing. You couldn't just leave. So do you have to be in a gang? Do you have to be in a car? You do. You have to. If you're in a maximum security federal prison, your homies ain't letting you walk away. And, same thing goes for the Hispanic cars or, you could come there and be a blood, right? And this is one of the wildest things that I've seen where dudes will be like, yo, I'm blood, but I'm not, I'm not on count. And someone had asked on another thing, there was a comment the other day about the white kid that was a GD from North Carolina. And he said, I wasn't on count or something. Someone's like, what is on count? On count means that you're a blood and you're running with the bloods. If something goes down, you're a soldier, you're ready. But, you might get a blood dude that's been a blood. And he's like, nah, man, I'm not on count. I'm in the New York car. I'm a blood, but really I'm riding with the New York dudes. So if something happens, I'm going to have to go against the bloods. I'm New York. And, and sometimes you see dudes do that. The New York car is bigger. You might have 200 dudes in the New York car. I think when we were in Big Sandy, there was 150 to 200 New York dudes and maybe 10 Bloods. So you might be like, damn, man, I could be a Blood. Or you know what? I'm going to go over here and be in a New York car. That's one of the wildest things I've ever seen. And, you know, this ain't a knock on Bloods. This ain't a knock on New York dudes because all different cars do this. You heard the GD kids say that, right? But you have to be a part of something. And you're definitely in a world where it's a dog-eat-dog world. You don't want to be alone in Big Sandy. There's sharks in the water. You could be the toughest dude in the world, man. But you can't whoop 20 dudes that are on you stabbing you. You can't stop 5 dudes from robbing your shit at knife point. You need your people. And there becomes a brotherhood in prison, right? And I'm going to be straight up with you. I felt that. You know, when them dudes came to me and they're like, look, man, you're from New York. This is what it is. We got a car. And, you know, we hate these white gang members. And you start believing that shit, man. You start believing like, yeah, these dudes are scumbags. You don't even know the dudes. But in your mind, these guys are convincing you that these dudes are dirtballs. And really, you know, all the stuff that they were telling me these dudes were doing, they're doing. They're cutting knives out of white dudes' beds. They're making the white dudes that they feel are lames, you know, they're making them get in the car and they're like, look, man, you're going to carry these knives out to the yard. Because if they get caught with the knives, they're the ones going to the hole. They're the ones catching a new case. They're sacrificial lambs. And, you know, that was a common word that was used in federal prison. Dude's Elaine. That means we can pull the strings. We can do whatever we want to this dude. He's just Elaine. Yo, do this, do that. You know, there's plenty of dudes that were in the car that they weren't built like that. They just weren't built like that. And they're like, look, I'm going to fake it to make it. A lot of dudes were faking it to make it. You know, and eventually, you know, I have that beef with Ace where Ace wants to pretty much take over. I don't really give a shit, bro. This is yours, bro. Do your thing. But there was animosity. He didn't like me, man. He didn't like me. And because he didn't like me and I wanted to step out, I got away. I wanted to get away. They end up jumping me out there on the yard. You know, things happen, whatever. And I end up leaving, you know, that prison. But I learned. It was a learning experience. And then again, I go to USP Lee. Excuse me. As soon as I get there, burping a little bit. As soon as I get there, you know, it's the same thing in the unit. You get approached immediately by the Norteños. Then, you know, there was an armed dude that comes out, Kevin, who I respected Kevin. I had a lot of respect for Kevin. Kevin comes out of his cell like he was the dude that kind of intervened. Him and, I think, Sabetta. And, you know, God bless Sabetta. I heard that he passed away. But Kevin comes out of his cell like, yo, what's up, man? White dude? Yeah, oh, okay. But the Norteños wanted to know, I came from Big Sandy. Who did I run with? You know, was I there when the thing happened with the Aryan Brotherhood and the Norteños? You know, they ran all them questions down. But again, and I tell the white gang member dude, like, nah, bro, I'm independent. There are independent white dudes here from the East Coast. Yeah, man, you got some homeboys. Hold on, man. Sabetta and Jay, you know, a bunch of dudes. And then some other dudes had knew me. My boy Dog was there. I didn't run into him until, I think, later in the day, the afternoon. Spivey was there, the Crip kid from North Carolina, white dude. But when you go to federal prison, if you walk into a USP, at least back then, you're going to be in a gang. You can call it what you want. You know, you can call it a car. You can call it, you know, your homies, your homeboys. You're going to be in this gang. And how does that stuff work? You know, there's always an issue in federal prison. Always an incident where the shot callers will be like, yo, look, man, I need 2 dudes. This dude just came here and, you know, he's disrespectful. You know, he got drunk and he did this. I need you 2 to smash him. You guys ready? And dude's like, I'm right here, Dad. Sign me up. You want me to stab him? You got 7 years, bro. You're faking. They worship the shot caller. People worship Stevie Burke. Like, Steve, you're the man. You're the king. Stevie Burke is the king. He's the king of our car. I'm going to worship you. What do you want me to do, Dad? I'm going to go get him. You know, and they would call those dudes missiles, dummies. And, you know, sometimes, and I fed into this. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, like I said, I wasn't always a good dude. You know, we used to joke and laugh. We'd be in the cell, me and Adam be in the cell, and he'd be like, did you see that retard? And I'm like, who? He's like, Bolts. I'm like, why? What happened? He's like, man, I'm ready, dude. I'll kill this dude. And he's got 5-year sentence. And he's ready to, you know, kill him. This guy was the master puppeteer. But this happens in all cars. This shit happens in all gangs. Call it what you want. The DC car, you got the Blood car, you got the Crip car, you got, even when it's gang members, you're like, oh, that's the SAC car, but really it's the gang. The Aryan Brotherhood. I don't think I ever referred to them as the Aryan Brotherhood car. I think it was always the ABs, right? Bam, and, you know, the 4 or 5 guys that he had. But definitely when you walk into a federal penitentiary, this is the stuff that you're going to face. When you get to an FCI, kind of the same stuff. They're not really killing people, but, you're stepping down from a USP. And like I said before, a lot of dudes that come down from a USP, they're like, yo, I'm happy to be here, but I still want to pretend that I'm like the baddest dude because I came from the USP. So you guys better watch out. You better respect me. And I've seen plenty of dudes come from the USP to an FCI and end up getting their ass whooped, right? Like, just because you were in the USP don't mean you're a tough ass dude. You might have been in the USP at a challenge program. You might have been at the USP hiding behind the car. And now you come here, you're like, yeah, man, I was just in Beaumont for 5 years. You never busted a grade. You never had an issue. So even at the FCIs, man, you're going to get in your car, and a lot of times you're just going to be like, I'm glad I'm not there. And I've seen people come to FCIs and be like, nah, bro, I'm doing my own thing. And when you come there, let's say you're a white dude, you come to an FCI, you're like, yo, I'm doing my own thing. Well, now the white dudes ain't got shit for you. Do your own thing. The dudes that are in your car, whoever's the shot caller in your unit, whoever's got, the unit rep, they might be like, yeah, you're right, do your own thing. You're in a 6-man cell. We got, this is another thing about federal prison. Certain people own cells, right? We got 6 white cells, we got 10 black cells, we got 30 Mexican cells. Everyone owns a cell. So let's say you're a white dude, you're doing your own thing. Yo, bro, I don't really want to associate with people. I'm just going to watch the movie TV, and I'm going to go to church, and I'm going to stay all the way out of the way. I don't want no problems with you guys. Okay, good. And then people usually get stuck in a 6-man cell. Because as soon as that 2-man cell opens, and it's a white cell, you would have been next on the list, but the white dude's like, nah, the dude ain't moving in there. He ain't with us. And they look at it like, if there was ever an issue, that this dude's not going to stand with you, your people. This, he's going to be on his own. And then sometimes you'll see people like that. They'll get their shit stolen. They're like, nah, I'm on my own. Their locker gets busted in. And the white dude's like, damn, that makes us look soft. But you know what? He's on his own. Everybody knows he's on his own. And then that guy usually live a miserable existence and eventually disappear and go to the next prison. He'll check in or get tired of having his stuff stolen, and he disappears. And then maybe he goes to the next FCI, and he says, you know what? I'm with you guys. That stuff that happened over there at Raybrook, not going to happen here. So, that's how it goes. Low security prisons, I told you guys, like, this was the biggest shocker for me. When I walked in and the white dude was talking to me, and the other white dude walks up and he's like, look, man, I'm fucked up. And I'm like, his eyes were like this, creepy Chris. They call him Creepy Chris. This dude was a creepy looking cat. Not going to lie to you. Real creepy looking. And, you still end up circling yourself with, dudes where you're like, yo, this is my dude. Some of you guys had seen me interview Jimmy Romans, one of my first interviews. Had life for a marijuana offense, ended up getting out under Trump, I think on the last day, clemency. I wrote his clemency petition. Other people advocated, but I wrote his stuff, and I advocated. Me and Jimmy got close over there. We got tight. Some of you might not know who my boy Chris Hunter is. Chris Hunter just got out. Me and Chris, we got tight. I was there for them dudes in a low. Like, yo, if something happens, then we're leaving together. These are my dudes. These are the dudes that I'm going to go hard for. They're going to go hard for me, and that's it. But pretty much in a low, most of them dudes were on their own. I've seen dudes get like, man, wild. I've seen dudes get slapped, have their stuff stolen. The low was one of the most dangerous prisons I've ever been in, if not the most dangerous, where bad things can happen to you. You got 300 dudes in a unit and 1 cop. You got 3 floors. The cops don't feel like walking up the steps. They don't have to turn a key so that their supervisor knows that they did a round. They just write it in a book. Yep. Did 6 rounds today. They actually did 1 when they had to do the count. So definitely it gets dangerous. And if you're alone there, you're definitely in a bad position. And I might have talked about this. There was a cop from Pollock, right? He was a CO, got caught bringing some shit in. He gets a sentence. He comes to FMC Lexington. They steal his whole locker while he's sleeping. They put it right on a dolly. Former cop, yeah, he's got a locker full of sodas, chips, whams, and zooms. They put that joint on the dolly. We'll see you later. We're out of here. They stole his shit. He went and told on him. Went and got another kid, jammed up, took all his shit because he had a store. He swore it was this guy, and it really wasn't. But anyway, man, joining a gang in federal prison, you're going to get involved. You're going to ride with somebody. And 99% of the time, in a USP, it's probably the best decision you can make. Some people might be like, why would you join again? Well, I just told you why. It's a dangerous place. You're going to join. If you don't join, they're going to beat your ass. And then you'll go to the next prison and, you might join over there. So you might as well just skip the whole transfer and all of that stuff and get involved in what you have to get involved in. It's a dog-eat-dog world. It's a place where you have to survive. And survival comes first. Blood on the Razor Wire TV. I hope you like this one. With respect, we'll see you tomorrow.